And now for the starting lineups. First for the visiting Saints and St. Chris. At guard, a sophomore, number 3, Brady Burnett. At guard, a junior, number 2, Elijah Brandon. At forward, a senior, number 5, Stuart Cosby. At forward, a senior, number 20, Wally Jones. At center, a junior, number 35, Darius Gray. The Saints are coached by Hamel Jones. And now, your home team, Highland. And guard, a 6-foot senior from Bristol, Virginia, Jeremiah Moore. And guard, a 6-foot senior from Woodland, Virginia, Jack Hartman. And guard, a 6-foot senior from Gainesville, Virginia, Julian Rivera. And forward, a 6'9" senior from Toronto, Canada, Josh Hamilton. And forward, a 6'10" senior from Manassas, Virginia, Nate
Hello and welcome to STC TV. I'm Edison Palumbi, and here on this Wednesday afternoon, a state quarterfinal matchup. St. Christopher's, the 7th seed, travels up to Highland to take on the 2nd seed.
We would like to take a quick moment to recognize 4 individuals.
Before this game starts,
The 1,000
Highland recognizing 4 players who hit 100 points this season.
Chance Perkins and Jeremiah Gorham have achieved excellent.
This is the final home game of the season for Highland, no matter what happens tonight, as the semi and finals will be hosted back in Richmond at Benedictine.
Point score, and we are excited
Those 4 seniors hit the 1,000-point mark over this season, and they're being recognized for it before this game begins.
points away from reaching the ultimate plateau of 2,000 points. How about a round of applause in recognition of Nate, Julian, Chance, and Jeremiah? Best of luck to both teams.
And it looks like we should be just about ready to get this game going now after the short ceremony. St. Christopher's coming into this tournament as the 7th seed. They beat 10th seeded Catholic last night at Scott Gym, and perhaps their toughest test of the season now in Highland, led by Nate Ament, the number 4 recruit in the class of 2025. And we are just about ready to go. Stuart Cosby, Nate Ament will tip it up, and Highland will win the tip. Here's Julian Rivera. Now over with Josh Hamilton, the Canadian. Gets it right back to Rivera, gets around Brady Burnett. Burnett recovers, but gets to the lane, missed the shot. A lot of contact there between Hamilton and Stuart Cosby, but no whistles come in. And now here's Brady Burnett, gets it to Wally Jones. Darius Gray at the top of the key, Ament on him. Here's Elijah Brandon, gets it to Gray, the 2 stars going at each other. Gray backing in on Ament, kicks it back out. Brandon well behind the arc, off left. And the rebound by Rivera. And now here is Nate Ament, pulls a 3 over Cosby, too strong, but gets his own rebound. Thought about another 3, kicks it to the corner for Gorham instead. Now it's Chance Perkins, a three. And the first points of the game go to Highland. Elijah Brandon getting a lot of pressure from Jeremiah Gorham. He loses it. And that's going to be an over and back. Here's Hamilton in the corner, gets it back out to Perkins. Now Gorham. Ahmet sets a screen. Now in the corner, Perkins tries again. Can't hit on the second try. Now here's Elijah Brandon, over to Stuart Cosby, top of the key. His three-pointer's up and good. Cosby hit 5 threes last night, totaling 15 of his season-high 21. And now Ahmet tries to answer. Off to the left. Brandon gets whacked in the face going up for the rebound, but Brady Burnett comes away with it anyways. Burnett gets it to Gray. Over to Elijah Brandon, guarded by Rivera. Brandon. Shot clock down to 10. They get it to Gray. Darius Gray backing in on Josh Hamilton. Turns, gets inside, banks it in. Fancy footwork from Darius Gray underneath. And now Julian Rivera drives right at Gray, kicks it back out. Josh Hamilton, floater in the lane is good. And a quick timeout for Highland. Or no, excuse me, there's an outlet cover loose on the court, so no timeout. And we will resume play with the score at 5-5. And Highland was given 7 points for that shot. And the scoreboard has now been reset to 5-5. And now here's Brandon, gets it over to Brady Burnett. Cosby near the top of the key, gets it into Gray. At the free throw line, double team comes, finds Wally Jones in the corner, over Ament, no good. And Perkins the rebound. Julian Rivera running the offense here, gets in the lane, backing in Jones. Rivera falling away, left it short, can't get the bounce. And Gray rips it away from Josh Hamilton. Brandon crossing over, gets inside, dumps it off for Gray. Those are the easiest 2 points Darius Gray is going to find all night after a beautiful setup from Brandon. Now Jeremiah Gorham gets in the lane. Scoop layup over Gray is good. Two teams trading baskets early. 7-7 the score with the first halfway gone. Brandon gets inside. Shot too high off the glass. Ament pulls it down. Wally Jones catches him in the air, but it leaves Rivera wide open from the corner. Can't get the bounce. And Gray pulls it down. Brady Burnett hands it off to Elijah Brandon. Now Wally Jones on the wing, guarded by Ament. Finds Cosby, he tries again, and it rims out. Here is Nate Ament. Cosby right on him, gets it inside Hamilton. And he was fouled. So now Gavin Johnson will come in for Wally Jones. Gorham inbounding. Now it's with Ament. That's a deep three. And he left it short. An 0-for-3 start from behind the arc for Nate Ament. And now here's Brady Burnett, finds Cosby, top of the key, floats it into Gray. Ament comes to help. Gray goes up right over him and lays it in. Nate Ament listed anywhere from 6'9" to even 6'11". Certainly going to be a force inside, both offensively and defensively for Highland. And now here's Jamal Smith with Gorham, throws up a lob for Ament. And right on cue, Nate Ament has his first points of the game. We're having a lot of clock issues. It, for some reason, was just paused for 20 seconds. Nevertheless, here's Brandon. Kicks it back out. Gavin Johnson gets it into Gray. Ament on him now. The two superstars go at it. Gray left it short, and Ament comes away with the board. And now they're going to get Gray on a foul. That's 2 early fouls on Darius Gray. And Coach Jones is going to take a timeout. 2:21 to go in the first. 9-9 the score. And welcome back out of the timeout. Same 5 out there for St. Chris. And Darius Gray going to have to be very careful. 2 early fouls in this game. A third in the first quarter could have devastating implications for the Saints. They're switching into a bit of a zone here. And now Ament, he'll drive, and was wrapped up by Cosby. Here's Jamal Smith, finds Rivera in the corner, gets it in for Ament. Backing in on Cosby, falling away, gets it to go. Nate Ament, such an impressive shot maker. On the recent ESPN 2026 mock draft that came out today, they had him as the 4th pick, and nearly a phenomenal block, but they're going to whistle a foul on Jamal Smith. So it'll put Cosby at the line for 2. And the first is good. As the season's gone on, the Saints have consistently improved at the free throw line, which has been a very welcome advancement. And Cosby 2 for 2. And now Ament gets it again. Nate Ament drives, gets inside, and he'll be fouled by Cosby as he tried to throw it down. It'll be a second on Cosby already. So Stu Cosby and Darius Gray both in early foul trouble with 2 each, and Ament rolls in that free throw. And 2 for 2 trip for Nate Ament. Now Brandon gets it to Gray. And Brady Burnett just barely can't get there. It was a good play design, but Burnett just a step behind the ball. Now a minute 20 to go. Highland up 13-11. And here's Julian Rivera, tries a three, and he hits. Second three already for Highland. And for the first time tonight, this is not going to result in two teams trading points and tying it right back up. Here's Brandon. Elijah Brandon gets it to Colin Johnson on the wing. In for Darius Gray, swings it to Burnett. Cosby corner three. It's good. Stuart Cosby responds. Already 2 threes for him tonight. On the back of 5 last night. And some miscommunication there by the Hawks. Julian Rivera was cutting. Chance Perkins tried to throw it to him outside. And it ends up with the ball being thrown to the Saints bench. So now Wally Jones will check in for Stuart Cosby. About 5 seconds between shot and game clock. Elijah Brandon, that's a deep three, and he hits! E.B. Brandon has improved so much as a shot maker this year. He's become that big secondary scorer the Saints have needed behind Darius Gray. And shots like that show you just how good he is. Now the clock down to 10. Ament, Burnett on him, bulldozes him. Colin Johnson knocks it away. Clock at 4, but Johnson throws it away. That's good if it goes from Jamal Smith. And just a bit to the left. So at the end of a quarter, St. Christopher's leads 17-16 on the road at Highland. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Back out of the timeout. The Saints holding on to a 1-point lead here after a quarter. Back-to-back late threes from Stuart Cosby and Elijah Brandon. Got him a quick 6-0 run after they went down 5. And Elijah Brandon gets it into Darius Gray with Julian Rivera on him. Help comes. And that's an offensive foul. Number 3 on Gray, just 8 minutes and 9 seconds into the game. Saints bench not happy with the call. Now Gray has to be incredibly careful. Already on 3 fouls. Now Ament bulldozes Wally Jones, and that's an offensive foul on the other end. So the second quarter gets off with each team superstar picking up a charge. Now here is Gray at the top of the key, guarded by Josh Hamilton. Brady Burnett. Burnett gets it to Gray in the corner. Darius Gray backing in. Gray goes up, floater is good. Now Highland wanting to go quickly. Julian Rivera at the free throw line has some room and he connects. Gray, you could see there, just a bit hesitant to get out and contest, already in major foul trouble. That's something to watch the rest of this game. as he's been the key defender for the Saints this year. Now Burnett in the corner gets it into Gray. Double team comes. Burnett left open, three-pointer. He hits! A barrage of threes from the Saints early, already their fifth. And their lead up to their game high of 4. And Shivas Taylor was out of bounds. So Brady Burnett initially was given 5 points for that last 3. And they have since reversed the initial score, so it stays at 22-18. Now here is Elijah Brandon, gets it into Darius Gray. Cosby off a screen. Thought about a 3, got caught up in the air, just got it to Gray in the nick of time. Now Gray spinning, backing in, kicks it out, Jones. Wally Jones driving, Brandon, deep 3. It's good once again! Elijah Brandon! Now Rivera gets in the lane, gets around Gray, kicks it out. Jeremiah Gorham, and he answers. A much-needed response from Highland. Now Brandon loses it, and he gets called for a double dribble. So 25-21, 5:37 left in the first half. Now Nate Ament backing in. A double team comes, gets it into Rivera. Gray on him with 3 fouls. Swings it to Jeremiah Gorham, just barely gets there before it goes out of bounds. Now Gorham, up top Rivera, clock down to 10. Chance Perkins left alone, and he hits another 3. It's the second three-pointer for Chance Perkins, and the Saints lead right back down to 1. Brandon driving, gets inside, tried to dump it off for Gray, but threw it away. Now Rivera pulls up and connects. Back-to-back-to-back threes from Highland, and a 7-point Saints lead has evaporated and turned into a 2-point deficit. We'll be back after this timeout. So back out of the timeout. These two teams having a 3-point contest early. $18 of the 20 points scored this quarter by the two combined teams have come from behind the arc. As now here's Darius Gray. Gray driving on Josh Hamilton. Backing in. Gray gets a man in the air, but missed the shot. Hamilton went down to the floor. He wanted a foul. Now up on the other end, a reverse from Chance Perkins. And now whistles blowing. They're going to clean up the spot where Hamilton went down. So after the Saints opened up a 7-point lead, a rapid 11-0 run from Highland has turned it into a 4-point lead their way. Here's Elijah Brandon, has it poked away. Colin Johnson gets on the floor to grab it. Now Brandon swings it to Burnett, drives, stripped by Rivera. And now a 3-on-1 fast break. Nate Ament, showtime. A windmill. And Highland has a 6-point lead, their biggest. Brandon left alone, they need it. Can't get the bounce. And they're gonna get Colin Johnson on a foul. And things going from bad to worse for the Saints in these last few minutes. Now Brady Burnett exiting, holding at that knee. Jeremiah Gorham, he tries another three. Everything going down for Highland. A 16-0 run. Darius Gray gets inside, too strong on the layup. And now it's with Josh Hamilton. Drives at Cosby, spins, and throws it down. The lead up to 11 for the Hawks, and Coach Jones is going to take a timeout. Dude, this is the best high school team I've ever watched. This is unreal. Welcome back out of the timeout. An 18-0 run by Highland. It's gone from 25-18 St. Christopher's to 36-25. Here's Elijah Brandon. Colin Johnson gets it to Darius Gray. Gray backing in, kicks it out. Wally Jones, they need it. Can't hit. Rebound loose, and it's staying with the Saints. The shot clock should be resetting to 20. It's not. And finally, they reset it, and now they get it into Gray with a fresh clock. Darius Gray backing in. Hamilton went to the floor. Might have been a bit of a flop, and Gray can't finish, but gets his own rebound, and basket is good, and one. A big basket from Darius Gray stops the Highland run. And Gray hits the free throw. So a much-needed three-point possession for the Saints. Here's Chance Perkins. Swings it to Jeremiah Gorham, now with Nate Ament. Ament goes right at Colin Johnson and took a shot to the face. Here's Perkins. Gets it to Jamal Smith in the corner. Now Perkins, that's a deep three, and he missed it. Gray the rebound. I think that's the first time this quarter Highland has missed from behind the arc. Just showing you how good this team is and what they're capable of. And Darius Gray swings it to Harrison Miller. Now Colin Johnson gets inside, through some contact, missed it. And ball still loose. And Darius Gray gets on the floor, taps it over to Miller. With 20 on the shot clock, the Saints have it now. Gray backing in on Ament. Goes up, took a shot to the shoulder, missed it, but gets it right back. Blocked. Now the third try, body's on the floor. Gray lays it in. And the ref's gonna blow the whistle to resolve that tie-up on the ground between Jamal Smith and Colin Johnson. So a good response from the Saints. Prevent things from getting out of hand. They cut the lead down to 6 here with 90 seconds in the half. Here's Jamal Smith. Back up top, Jeremiah Gorham. Now Rivera drives, poked away by Cosby, but they're going to get him for a foul. That's number 3. Excuse me, no, they're going to get Colin Johnson, but still number 3 either way. And now Brady Burnett, speaking of number 3, comes back in. Ament dumps it off to Rivera. Trapped near the baseline, but gets out of it. On the wing, Julian Rivera drives inside, hop step, kicks it back out. Jeremiah Gorham, three-pointer, left it short, but the rebound right to Rivera. Swings it to Perkins, floater from the free throw line is good. Clock under a minute in this first half. Here's Elijah Brandon. Brandon driving, gets inside, off the glass with the left, banks it in. Now Nate Ament sees 2 at the top of the key. Chance Perkins gets it right back to Ament. Massive size advantage over Brandon, and he pulls up and connects. The Saints can hold for the final shot. Here's Elijah Brandon. Gray has it, clock down to 7. Gray drives, gets inside, blocked by Ament. And now Rivera from 3/4 of the court, too strong. And that'll do it for the first half. The Saints jumped out to a lead, but then a massive run by Highland to get their lead up to as high as 11. The Saints cut into it though. And 40-32 the score at half. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Hello and welcome back out of the half. 16 minutes separating one of these two teams from a trip up to Benedictine for the semifinals. Highland up 8 at the half, led by a 16-0 run, and here's Nate Ament, missed it, but Rivera the rebound from the free throw line, he connects. Offensive rebounding on three-pointers has been something that's plagued the Saints all season. And there have been a few that they've given up tonight as well. And now here's Stuart Cosby, thought about a three, but has it ripped away by Chance Perkins. And now the Hawks want to run. Perkins pulls up, can't hit. Another rebound off a three-pointer, and Josh Hamilton will be fouled by Brady Burnett. So 2 free throws coming up now for Josh Hamilton. And he missed the first. And hits the second. So 1 for 2 trip. The lead up to, it's tied for their game high at 11. Now here's Darius Gray backing in, kicks it out, Brandon, deep three. It's good. Elijah Brandon from way downtown. The elite three-point shooting tonight's been what's kept the Saints in the game. But Jeremiah Gorham answers. Lead right back to 11. Now Brandon kicks to Wally Jones. Drives strong. Out to Brady Burnett. Into Gray at the free throw line. Darius Gray finds Burnett in the corner. Another three's up. And no good. He'll be out of bounds. Here's Julian Rivera, gets around Cosby, gets in the lane, kicks it back out. Perkins, a three. It's good. Highland cannot miss from behind the arc tonight. Their lead up to a game high 14. Darius Gray barreling inside, kicks it out. Colin Johnson, mid-range, off to the right. Ament the rebounds. Up ahead now, Perkins kicks it to the corner. And I think the ref might have knocked that out of the hands of Jeremiah Gorham. Not exactly sure, though. Nevertheless, the Saints will have it. Here's Gray, swings it to Brandon. Steps back, three-pointer, no good. Rebound, though, by Wally Jones, so the Saints get a second chance. Gray backing in on Rivera, swings it to Colin Johnson. Dribble drive, gets to the rim, but missed the shot. And now on the other end, Jeremiah Gorham for three. Once again, Highland connects from behind the arc. Coach Jones will take a timeout. A 12-3 run to start the half for Highland. Their lead at 18. We'll be back after the timeout. And back out of the timeout. Highland has their lead to a game-high 17. Just cannot miss from behind the arc right now. Now here's Cosby, top of the key, gets it into Gray. Darius Gray spinning, triple teamed, and he's fouled. They're going to get Rivera. And the first one rims out. And hits the second, so 1-for-2 trip for Gray. Jeremiah Gorham swings it to the corner. Rivera left all alone. Missed it, but another offensive rebound. Every three-pointer for Highland resulting in a make or all board. And Josh Hamilton just skied up to knock that rebound out of bounds. It'll be going to the Saints, though. Elijah Brandon gets it to Darius Gray, guarded by Rivera, gets inside, and another miss, but Johnson, third offensive rebound, and the shot blocked. It'll be staying with the Saints. I was surprised that on that initial effort, there was not a goaltending call as Nate Ament grabbed the net and looked like pulled the rim down, but here's Brandon, gets in the lane with the left, too strong. Rebound loose though, falls right to Brandon, puts up a three. Another miss and another offensive rebound. Darius Gray goes to the rim, blocked again. And finally Highland comes away with it after 6 offensive rebounds. And then a foul will be called on Colin Johnson and some extracurriculars after the play, but nothing too crazy. Tensions calmed immediately. I don't think there was any ill intent from Johnson. As now Gavin Johnson will check in for his brother. Ament hands it off to Rivera. Into the corner. Now it's with Ament. Drives, goes right at Gray, swings it to Gorham, three-pointer. No good, but yet another offensive rebound. This one from Hamilton. Rivera tries, missed it, and Gray pulls it down. I think that was the first three-pointer this quarter from Highland that didn't result in a make or offensive rebound. And now Gray swings it to Harrison Miller, and he walked. Here's Julian Rivera. Gets it inside Hamilton, and the one-hand flush from Josh Hamilton. Lead up to a game-high 18 for Highland. And Johnson throws it off the face of Brandon. Gets it back, though. Elijah Brandon gets a screen. And now finds Gray. Elijah Brandon, another three. Can't answer. Ament the rebound. Up ahead, Rivera. Top of the key, Gorham three-pointer. It's good. The lead up to 21 now for Highland. Now here's Harrison Miller. Gets it to Gavin Johnson with Elijah Brandon. Gray has it on the wing. Fakes a three, steps back, puts up a three. Missed it, and Ament pulls down another board. Ament crossing over. Gets inside, back out Hamilton, and the finger roll, he finishes it off. Gray backing it on Rivera. And that's an offensive foul. That's number 4 on Darius Gray. In the corner, Rivera. Back up top, Chance Perkins drives, pulls up, falling away, gets it to go. Everything going down for Highland in this third quarter. And now Brandon gets a screen from Gray, gets inside, swings it to Gavin Johnson. Harrison Miller from up top, missed the 3. Now up ahead, Perkins drives at Cosby. Now it's with Ament. And a powerful one-hand jam from Nate Ament. Coach Jones will take their final timeout. The lead up to 27 for Highland will be back after the break. And back out of the timeout. 90 seconds to go in the third. The lead up to 27 for Highland. Here's Harrison Miller, gets it to Gavin Johnson. With Elijah Brandon now. Brandon steps back, 3-pointer, it's good. Another 3 from Elijah Brandon. His shooting has been superb tonight. Now swings it to the corner. Jeremiah Gorham all alone. And nearly an incredible putback dunk from Nate Ament, but it just rims out. Now Brandon tries again. Can't get it to go. And Gorham the board. Rivera with Harrison Miller on him. Now switched on to Brandon. Gorham gets it inside. Chance Perkins kicks it out. Rivera 3-pointer, no good. And here's Darius Gray. The Saints can hold for the final shot of the quarter. And now Gray swings at Gavin Johnson. Corner 3, too strong. Ament pulls it down. And now here's Nate Ament. And Harrison Miller just going to foul him with the clock at 3.5. And now here's Ament, drives, and a buzzer beater dunk from Nate Ament. That'll wrap up the third quarter. 65-39 the score after 3. And welcome back to the fourth. Highland, a dominant third quarter, outscored the Saints by 18. They lead by 26. And now Darius Gray gets inside. He's fouled by, not sure who that was. We don't have a number 2 on the roster. And Gray hits the first. Missed the second, and the rebound pulled down after the tap by Julian Rivera. And promptly gets inside, Euro step, kicks it out. Three-pointer is good. Now here's Elijah Brandon. Gets it in. Darius Gray swings it to Harrison Miller. Now Cosby, three-pointer over Ament, no good. I think Ament might have gotten a piece of that shot. And Rivera running the floor, gets inside, throws it up off the glass, no good. Another offensive rebound, 3 from the other side is good. Now here's Colin Johnson, Gray at the free throw line. Backing in, stripped by Rivera. Now Shivas Taylor, and missed it. Had a great look at the rim, couldn't put it down. The Saints have a 3-on-2 break. Here's Johnson, gets inside, too strong. Gray pulls it down, and he's stripped, but a foul called. And Gray hits the first. Now Charlie Susskind will come in for Harrison Miller. And Gray hits them both. Rivera gets a screen from Ament. Now it's Shivas Taylor, the sharpshooter. Missed the three, but Ament the board. Guarded by Charlie Susskind, backing in on him. Hasn't knocked away, gets it inside, and stripped. No, not stripped. They're just going to say dropped there, and it'll be going to the Saints. Now Cosby puts up a quick three from the corner, no good. And Johnson takes the rebound away from Ament. Charlie Susskind drops it in. Now Rivera gets inside, gets a bump. Kicks it to the corner. Taylor, three-pointer, no good. Gray pulls it down. Darius Gray puts up a three and puts it in. You know, if Darius can add that shot to his repertoire, then look out. So now Rivera drives on Cosby. Might have gotten away with a slight push-off, but he's not going to complain. Puts it in from the mid-range. Now here's Brandon, guarded by Taylor. Swings it to Colin Johnson, drives, and Shivas Taylor takes it away, and he'll be fouled. As Colin Johnson, he might have taken a bit of an awkward fall when he slipped down trying to grab that ball. So now Zach Davila will come in. And Jamal Smith goes right at Gray. And backdoor pass stolen by Charlie Susskind. Gray comes away with it. Back up to Cosby. Now it's with Gray. Darius Gray tries again from three. Rims out, but Susskind fighting for the rebound. He'll be fouled. Here's Gray in the corner, gets it into Cosby. Stuart Cosby falling away, and he'll be fouled. So that'll put Cosby at the line for 2 free throws. And the first is good. And he hits both. Rivera gets a screen. Now Taylor. And another 3 good for Highland. Just a never-ending barrage of 3-pointers from the Hawks. Now Charlie Suskind, he answers. Rivera gets inside on Zach Davila and lays it in. If I remember correctly, I don't think Rivera has sat a single minute this game. As there, Brandon will be fouled by Taylor. And the first free throw is good. And 2 for 2 for Elijah Brandon. Here's Taylor, deep 3, it's good. Shivas Taylor. And now Darius Gray steps back, puts up a 3. No good off the glass. But Jamal Smith, now back to Taylor, tries another 3. No good, Cosby the rebound. Elijah Brandon finds Cosby, top of the key, gets it inside for Gray. At the free throw line, Darius Gray. Floater, no good. And the rebound by Highland. As Rivera, too strong, can't get the bounce. Cosby pulls it down. Gray on the other end. And lays it right in. As that's a tough shot from Jamal Smith. And Highland will take a timeout just for the subs. As now Julian Rivera finally checks out. Believe that's his first rest of the night. As Highland is 2.5 minutes away from moving on. As Elijah Brandon can't finish there. Now on the other end, they're going to get a foul on the Saints. As now Wally Jones will come in. Elijah Brandon will take a seat as he exits for what will be the last time of his junior season. As that shot is good once again. A never-ending assault from the perimeter by Highland. As now Suskind, he traveled. For St. Christopher's, while this is a tough end of their season, this team had an absolutely phenomenal season. After the graduation of Brandon Jennings and a very impressive senior class last year, this team wasn't really sure what their identity would be coming into the year. After losing a player as good and who attracts so much gravity as Jennings, it's obviously going to be a big change coming into the next year, and things got even worse over the summer when Sonny Bridges had a major knee injury that was going to cause him to miss his entire senior season. That was their 2 top scorers from the previous year gone, as Jones will be fouled. And at the start of the season, they had some struggles. They had a rough performance in their preseason scrimmage against Atlee. Lost their first game of the year to a St. Michael's team, but after that, something clicked for them, and just an absolutely phenomenal season. A lot of people didn't know how good this team was going to be coming into the year after losing so many key contributors, whether due to graduation or injury, but for the first time in 9 years, they took home a share of the Prep League regular season championship. And made it, after last year's semifinal trip, made it to the quarterfinals of the state tournament. This team had a great season, and there's a lot to build off for next year when they're sure to be back challenging for a Prep League championship. And hopefully, for the first time since 2000, can finally win that tournament. So now here's Ali Davila. Patrick Leckie over to Colin Johnson. Underneath James Ayers, back out Leckie. Patrick Leckie has it knocked away, finds Colin Johnson, who banks it in. And that's going to do it here at Highland. St. Christopher's is going to end their season 23-5. Co-champions of the Prep League regular season and state quarterfinalists. That's going to do it here at Highland, and that'll do it for us from STC TV for this winter season. We'll be back in the spring where the Saints are sure to challenge for more championships once again. I'm Edison Palumbi for STC TV. We thank you all for tuning in.